Hey Debs, welcome back to another tutorial series. This one's going to be a really quick series, probably about 2 or 3 parts. It's quite straightforward. Just before I get on to that, I just want to apologise for me taking so long um, to upload. I've been really busy. Life's taken over. Um, but yeah, so I apologise about that. So I've decided to make this little application. I was actually using it in my day-to-day business, like my business that I've been working on. I actually needed this, so I thought, you know what, this could make a pretty decent tutorial. There's quite a few bits and bobs that you'll learn um, from it, especially if you've never worked with like directory info and stuff like that. So basically, this is it probably won't even take that long to create. I've just mocked up a little design, and we'll just see how we get on. The first part is literally just going to be designing, and we're going to be using WPF and C Sharp. If you've been through any of my previous tutorials, you'll know that we've done a bit of C Sharp in the past. So you'll probably pick up some other stuff here, but rather than using Windows um, uh, Universal Windows Project, we're going to be using WPF instead. So I'll just quickly walk you through what it is. It's very simple. So I've called it dpush. It's just derived directory push, and it's a directory backup utility. So what you do is you click this button here, and you'll choose your directory. You'll fill in this box. You can save it, so the next time you open it, it'll load up there. And two, you do the same here. You can open the settings file. That's not exactly obvious, but yeah, so that's what that'll do. It'll open up the settings file so you can quickly delete it, because it's only a simple tool. We don't want to be putting a menu and stuff like that in, or maybe that's what you do want to do. I don't know, that's entirely up to you. And then obviously the backup button that just backs up whatever. So if I've chosen say desktop slash leadmb, and then here I've chose desktop slash new folder, and I press that, it's going to take the name, the leadmb folder, and it's going to add it onto the end of this folder. So it's going to be new folder slash leadmb, and it'll back that up. And then if I do it again, it'll overwrite it. There's other things that you could possibly do. So you could probably do like if it already exists, then you can add like a number to the end of it, so it makes a copy. So you've got more than one backup. I don't know if that's if that's something that you'd like, then just let me know and I can show you how to do that. Right, so let's get straight into it. Let's just open up Visual Studio. I've already had a little practice with it. So let's create a new project. And like I said before, it's going to be a WPF. I'm just going to call it dpush. And then I'll just keep all that as it is. So we've got our default window. I'm just going to resize this. Let me just see what it looks like at full. Let's just do, oops, 100. So that's the size of it. I kind of want it a bit smaller. I just want it a little tool window, and that should be all right. Let's name it dpush. Directory backup utility. I'm just going to change that color as well. The design is just a rough design, so it doesn't matter if it's identical or not. That should be okay. Center this a little bit. Okay, so we've worked with grids before. If you've been through my other tutorials, they're really simple. So the grid is basically, if you're coming from Windows Forms, or maybe you've never even used it before, so basically this is how we are going to position our controls. So you start off with the grid tags, and then inside that we'll put. So let's just work out what we need here. So we've got. So let's say we've got the top, and then we've got the body, and then say the footer with the buttons. So let's say header. So we've got header, body, footer, and then we don't even need to put these into grids. We can put, in fact, yeah, we'll put them into grids. So then we're going to need another horizontal grid and then a horizontal grid, but we'll use stack panels to stack these together. Okay. So let's create a grid dot. First, let's do row definitions. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. So we've got them evenly spaced out. We don't need that. So say the bottom, we'll say height, maybe 40. Yeah, that should be alright for buttons. We'll keep the center as unpositioned. So let's do a height and then maybe do 60. That could work. We'll see how we get on. So now we've got all this room in the middle to work with. So yeah. So underneath that, we're going to, in fact, let's just do a text block first. And we'll just put text d-link. D-link? Where did d-link come from? D-push. And let's see what size I used for this, 20. So let's do font size 20. Let's get this color. Foreground. That's great. And in fact, let's put this inside a stack panel. Let's put stack panel, orientation vertical. let's add a margin 20. Actually, no, that's too much. Maybe 10. Just put that into there. Let's see if we can paste another underneath. Maybe about 12. Let's just copy that, paste it. Actually, I think we'll do 2010, 25. There we go, that's better. I'm just going to change this to this color. Okay, so we've got like a 20 pixel margin down the side here, so I kind of want it to be unique, or sorry, what's the word? I can't think of the word. It's pretty late. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking coffee. Yeah, so I kind of want it to be like look the same throughout. So let's do another stack panel. And inside, I'm just trying to work out whether I should use a stack panel or grids. Decisions. I think I'll use a grid. Grid.raw 1. Obviously, programming start from 0. This is 0. This is 1. Let's give this a padding. There's no padding. No padding option. Okay, so we'll split this up into, what does the body have? So we've got 1, 2, 3. So let's do another 3 rows. Raw definition, raw definition, raw definition. It's just a text block, and I'll do text. I'm just going to copy that. We'll just make that really light color. Vertical alignment center. Oh, yeah, I did. Let's add a text box. Grid.raw 1. Height. Maybe, in fact, let's not do height. Let's do padding. Padding 0.3. 1. Maybe we need to do height. Let's do that 30. Yeah. In fact, again, we're going to need to we're going to use columns. So let's do grid, column definition, column, column. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4. And as you can see, it's being cut out. And the way to get around that is by using a span. So we'll say grid, and I'll do column span, and we'll just do how many we need. That's 4. And we'll just make this say width 50, and then width, I'm just going to put that as 1 star. Width We'll do 40 width 40. So we've got it evenly distributed across. This is where our buttons are going to go. In fact, I'm going to do height 40, height, oops, height 40. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just give this a column span. In fact, no, actually we won't do a column span. We'll do a grid dot column 1. Let's copy that. Let's just change that background color and the border color. And obviously we'll need to change the foreground. Okay. Let's add another text block. Text from grid dot row 1, vertical alignment, center, foreground color white. I'll copy that. Two, and obviously we'll need to change that row to 2. Okay, not looking too bad. I think I'm going to change the color of this though. So it looks the same. And then we'll add 2 buttons. Oops, didn't mean to put buttons. Button, capital B. Grid dot column 3. Grid dot row 1 or 2, whichever. Let's see if we can do a margin of like 3. Maybe 5. Yeah. We'll do border black, and then the background we'll just copy. Actually, we'll do it a little bit different. Background a bit darker. That should do. And this is just going to be to find the file sort of browser. So the content will equal ... and the color will be that. I'm just going to copy this, paste it just underneath, and we'll make that 2. it's actually going to be column 2. The save button goes behind that. So let's just copy and paste, and then we'll put 3 and 3. So now we've got our 4 buttons. For this, I'm just going to whip together a really quick icon. Let's just do new. Let's just do 32 by 32. Just gonna quickly get font awesome up. Just get save icon. And I'm going to just do it the same color as that. By the way, if you've never used this software before, Affinity Designer, you're missing out because it's amazing. Okay, so export. I'll just put it in icons. I think I might have already got one actually. I'll just paste it in here. Save icon. Okay. Actually, let's create a folder. Let's call it icons. I'm just going to add this to it. And then let's just remove content. And then inside this, we're going to add a view box and then image. In fact, no, we don't need to. We'll just add a, yeah, let's add a view box. And then source will equal icons slash save icon dot png. That looks alright. Let's just say width 32. 25. 20. 20 looks good. Yeah, we'll keep 20. So now the only thing we need to do is add the buttons at the bottom. So we'll just add another grid. Grid.row 1, 2. And we can add grid column definitions, column column. We can keep them the same size, it doesn't really matter. We just need to add 2 buttons. Content, open settings. Let's just get what colour this is. And then border brush. And again we can copy, paste that. And then choose backup. And this needs to be grid.column 1. Five. Yeah, 5, 5, 25. Let's see. Seems to have. Oh, right, okay. It doesn't matter. It's better. So that's going to be 25, 5, 5, 5. Must have been 25 too. Yeah. Oh. That'll do. Although it's kind of annoying me that they're not equal. Just do that 20. That's alright. Okay, so that's the design pretty much finished. The only thing we need to do now is actually name the controls, and we can do that over here, which is just much more easier. So I'm just going to call this from location text box. Let's quickly do this to location text box from browse button to browse button from save button to save button open settings button backup button. And I think that's all we really need. I'm just going to name this window push main window. In fact, push tool window that's pretty much it. I think we've named everything we need. Got our boxes and everything. And I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm gonna fall asleep. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. And I'm gonna be posting tomorrow the rest of this tutorial, and we'll go through what we need to do then. Have a good evening, guys, and I'll see you soon.